Hello everyone, my name is Olga Van Light and today we are going to talk about 7 different vegan cheeses. I myself became vegetarian about 2 months ago and this month I decided to go completely vegan. No eggs, no dairy and no fish. And yes guys, the hardest thing for me to think about is to not eat cheese. So I got these 7 different kinds and today we're going to try them, as well as I'm going to do a melt test on my pizza crust. And yes guys, let's try the number 1, which is CHAO CREAMERY. It is not specified if it's cheddar or mozzarella, they just call it cheese. The consistency is definitely there and it is very creamy. And yes, I feel like it's definitely great. Excited to see if it is going to melt. And here is Follow Your Heart cheddar. Let's give it a try. And yes guys, these cheeses are actually in a similar price category. Definitely more zest in it, not as creamy, but definitely very cheddar-like. I'm pleasantly surprised so far. And now let's try another cheddar by DAIYA. And let's see. A little bit less flavor than this one. Consistency is about the same. And yes, it has 7 grams of fat. What about this one? This one has also 7 grams of fat. This one has 100 calories, this one has 80 calories. And yes guys, and again CHAO CREAMERY has 8% fat, which is 6 grams. So it's basically a little bit less, 1 gram less than these two. Now let's try Parmesan. And yes, this one actually I got at Whole Foods. I got all of these at different stores because I definitely wanted to get a higher variety. It's very similar to Parmesan. I'm pleasantly surprised that these cheeses are actually, definitely resemble the real deal. And this one has only 20 calories and 1 gram of fat. How cool is that? 1 gram, very flavorful. Excited to see if it actually will melt. That probably it might be one of my great choices. And here is 365 plant-based smoked Gouda style. And yes, I feel like these would be great for sandwiches, for your plant burgers, and so on. So yes, let's give it a try. Wow. Wow. If I closed my eyes and someone gave it to me, I would not be able to say that this is not a real cheese. The consistency, the smoked flavor, definitely, I would think that this is the smoked Gouda. Wow, pleasantly surprised. And another one is again CHAO CREAMERY. And again, they do not call it a cheddar or anything else. Again, it also comes with the slices. And yes guys, let's give it a try. What I've noticed with CHAO so far, both of these are the creamiest, right? They do not come with as much flavor, but that buttery texture and buttery flavor definitely has a place to be in my kitchen. And yes, this one comes with a 4.5 grams of fat, the CHAO, and then 365 comes with it actually comes with a 5 grams of fat. So yes guys, I feel like all of these are definitely important when you are making your decisions. And the last but not least, this is actually Mykonos mozzarella. And this cheese is pourable and they promise that it will melt beautifully, which of course we are going to try. And this one is also organic and it comes with 14 grams of fat. All right, so let's see. Maybe I'll try it like this. Definitely very, very flavorful. I am pleasantly surprised. It doesn't have a texture of a cream cheese, it's a little bit more milkier. So I feel like it's definitely going to be great in salads. And yes, guys, I am going to try to melt it in a pizza. So let's get to it. Here are all the cheeses, and I'm going to be using organic marinara sauce for the clarity of the experiment, because half of the pizza actually going to have a sauce in it, so we can see how the cheese actually reacts with the sauce as well. And yes, I'm going to make 7 rows of cheese right here, and we are going to taste it afterwards. And yes, guys, I'm using organic lavash in here. It's much easier than a pizza crust. You also can do the same with the flour tortilla. That's what I absolutely love to do. And yes, guys, so let's do the CHAO. And again, I'm going to remember after exactly what we placed on our pizza. And yes, let's not overcomplicate and just do the first piece like this, so we know it's this one. Now let's actually do the CHAO. And yes, I'm going to do kind of the same thing with it. Yes, it looks like a lot, but we'll see how it melts. Super, super excited to find out. Next, let's do DAIYA cheddar. And yes, guys, not gonna grab as much as CHAO. And yes, again, even here you can see the consistency. I'm trying not to mix the cheeses together. And yes, guys, definitely make sure to press the follow button so you can definitely see the updates on my vegan journey. And yes, now let's do the Mykonos in the middle. Again, it is a pourable mozzarella-like. So you can see the consistency, and we have 3 more to go, and I don't have as much space. All right, I'm just going to add cheddar from Follow Your Heart. And I'm going to be a little bit more economical with the space. But again, it's just 1 bite that takes for you to realize the way the cheese is. And now let's do the Parmesan by 365. All right. And yes, again, guys, this is the moment of truth. I never done it before, so super, super excited to find out how all of these cheeses actually are. And now let's do the smoked Gouda by 365. I got it at Whole Foods. And yes, I'm going to try to make it a little bit thinner this time, just like this. So yes, guys, let's send it to the oven and see what's gonna happen. I'm going to put it in an oven, 450 degrees. And yes, guys, about 12, 13, 14 minutes, like I do with my regular flatbreads. And yes, super excited to find out about the test. Let me know in comments if you guys ever tried any of these cheeses, or maybe you have more recommendations for me. I would really appreciate it, as I am a new vegan. And make sure to press the follow button, because I'm going to make next video about plant-based meats and the next one about plant-based yogurts. It's been about already 3 minutes, and look at that. The cheese is melting. It starts to melt. Let's give it a try in another 3-4 minutes. It's been 5 more minutes. Oh, look at that. This melts. This melts. Wow, so cool. Here's our pizza straight out of the oven, and yes, I definitely recommend cutting with the scissors. And yes, guys, super excited to give it a try. As you can see, these cheeses in the middle melted beautifully, and this cheese, which is Parmesan, didn't melt at all, as you can see. Also, I'm thinking the cheeses on the side, they might have melted more if they were shredded. But again, super excited to test them. Also, what I've noticed, the cheeses that were on top of the sauce, they melted beautifully, like even CHAO right here. You can see that on a crust without everything, it actually didn't melt as good as it melted with the sauce. So I think it also matters. The first one to try is CHAO Creamy Original. And yes, guys, you can see on a piece without marinara sauce, it melted, and on marinara, it melted even more. So let's see how it tastes. It tastes like melted creamy cheese. Reminds me of mozzarella, but you know, mozzarella that is flavorful one. Now let's try it with marinara sauce. The consistency is and flavor is there. If I had this slice of pizza at my friend's house, I would absolutely not notice that it is a vegan cheese. And now let's try CHAO plant-based shreds original. And as you can see, without marinara sauce, it's barely melted, and with marinara, it actually melted beautifully. So let's try it. Quite delicious. It's almost like it's dried a little bit, but again, it is melted. And let's try it with the sauce. This tastes like real cheese on pizza. Super creamy, a little bit more flavor than the first CHAO. And the next is actually DAIYA Cheddar shreds, and beautifully melted. It actually beautifully melted on both pieces right here, as you can see. Melted beautifully on the slice with without a sauce and with a sauce as well. It does have a little bit more flavor, and again, they call it cheddar, so absolutely love it. It tastes like cheese, and cooked version definitely of them. 3 that I tried definitely taste like cheese. Let's try it with the sauce. Wow, it's very close to cheddar. I don't even know what to say. The next one is plant-based pourable mozzarella. Let's see how this one tastes. And yes, it actually, even though it was liquid in a bottle, it's still melted on both slices, on one without a sauce and with a sauce. Let's try it. It is very delicious. It doesn't taste like mozzarella 100%, but it is very, very good. I would say it's a mixture between mozzarella and cheddar because it is more flavorful. I would say I probably prefer it more than a regular mozzarella, and I know my cheeses. Definitely very creamy and very nice with the sauce as well. Definitely gives it a little bit different vibe. I feel like definitely some basil is needed here. And the next one is Follow Your Heart Cheddar. Let's see how this one did. It definitely did great on melting, as you guys can see, on both pieces. So let's try. It tastes like cheddar. The consistency, the flavor, wow. Now let's try it with the sauce. Delicious. Tastes like a real cheese. I don't know what to say. The next one is plant-based Parmesan cheese. And this one did not melt on both pieces at all, looks like. But let's see how it tastes and how it looks. As you guys can see, did not melt at all. This one I would say tastes the most artificial, but again, they're trying to make Parmesan out of it. but let's see. It's almost like I don't taste it at all on top of the marinara. So definitely I would say this Parmesan is not for pizza. Maybe it would be good for your salad. And the next one is actually, oh, yes, definitely good weather in Los Angeles, guys. And yes, the next one is plant-based smoked Gouda style. And yes, it's beautifully melted. Again, these were not shredded, but they did melt, as you can see. So let's try. It definitely tastes like cheese, and the consistency of a cheese as well. I guess it's the smoke flavor definitely masking the artificialness of this. And again, it's not artificial, it's just vegan. So let's try it with the sauce. Very good and foodie flavor, because again the Gouda is smoked, and again if I tried it with my eyes closed I would not be able to tell the difference between regular smoked Gouda or vegan. So yes guys, here's the final look at our cheeses, and again as they're arranged here you can see them there, and I would say my absolutely favorite was this cheddar cheese melt by Follow Your Heart. The second place I would give to Mykonos marinara. The third one I would give to the smoked Gouda cheese by 365. I feel like it's definitely great. The fourth place is this DAIYA cheddar shreds, which is this one. It was quite delicious. And the fifth place will be CHAO Creamy Original. The sixth will be Creamy Original because it did not melt completely, but again it is quite delicious. And the sixth place I will give to I kind of lost the places I gave, but again guys, I feel like this one definitely is not for pizza, so it is very important to know that. But I think in a salad it is quite delicious, as I tried it at first. And yes guys, I feel like I am definitely going to be on this vegan journey because this pizza is exceptional. So I can also add some mushrooms to it, some vegan meats, basil, everything that you would add to the pizza.